Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to day 2. So I had a little technical trouble just now. I normally use Zoom for my live streams and it wasn't working. So I'm having to do this a little bit of a different way. Let me know if you're here, but I can invite people when I do it this way. This is exciting. Okay, I could get distracted by that. I'm just going to invite a few people here. So let me know if you're here. Say hello. Let me know where you're watching me from. Okay, let's see. Awesome. Hi, Mariana. Hi, Pam. Hi, Kat. Hi, Jim. I'm going to try to keep an eye. Hi, Mimi. Okay, so my camera looks a little bit different. I don't normally use the live stream app on Facebook. It's distracting me. So welcome. Welcome to day 2. I'm going to give just a minute for people to see that I'm on and hop on. Looks like lots of you guys are hopping on. Today we're going to be working with unconscious belief systems. And just in case you're new here, I know a lot of you guys joined over the last 24 hours or so. So just in case you're new, my name is Alicia Hartzell. I am the creator and founder of Sacred Soul Alignment modality and this group. I'm a multidimensional healer, teacher, and mentor. And I'm really excited to be doing this series with all of you guys. I've had some amazing feedback from so many of you from day 1, from yesterday's class. So if you haven't watched that, look for that video. You can look in the video section or just scroll through the group. It should come up for you pretty quickly because a lot of people are still commenting on it, so it keeps coming up to the top of the group. Okay, so let's go ahead and just dive in. So let me know if you did watch yesterday. Let me know in the comments if you did watch and how you're feeling, if you have any questions about anything. And I'm going to try to keep my eye on the comments here as we go along. Oh, looks like there's a lot of comments and I'm missing them. Good afternoon. Hi from New York. Awesome. Okay. Yay. Okay, somebody's not seeing a picture, but I think that's probably on your end. Whatever device you're using is not allowing you to see that for whatever reason. So let's talk about beliefs. Today we are going to be cleaning up some unconscious belief systems. We have a lot of beliefs. We have about 50 to 60,000 beliefs running through our minds on a daily basis. Thoughts and beliefs running through our mind. And many of our conscious beliefs, the ones that we're aware of, are created by our unconscious ones, the ones that we're not aware of. 90 to 95% of our thoughts are unconscious. From the time that we were in the womb until about the age of 6, our brains are in the theta brainwave state, which is the state of deep meditation, of hypnosis. And this means that everything that we see, hear, and experience when we're in that state is going deep into our unconscious mind, creating belief structures and patterns, which is why meditation is so transformational, why healing work done in that meditative state goes very, very deep, which is what we're going to be doing today, and which is why hypnosis is so transformational, because you're in that theta brain state. But we come into this world in that state, and we spend about the first 6 of our years of our lives in that brain state, constantly, 100% of the time. So this is creating belief structures and patterns. We could overhear our parents arguing about money, and it could create all kinds of negative beliefs about money, such as money makes people mad, money isn't safe, money causes pain. Our lives are literally oftentimes being run by the unconscious beliefs that we formed when we were small. So that's like allowing our 4-year-old self to be the director of our life. And when we can recognize and dissolve these negative subconscious beliefs, the more we can truly be connected with and live from our own sovereignty and divinity. So bringing awareness to those patterns that are running like loops in our unconscious mind, creating all kinds of experiences. And many of those experiences that they're creating are not desirable to us. And we can change that. We can also be holding beliefs from previous lifetimes, from our family, from our ancestors, and even from the collective. So the collective of humanity. One of my favorite authors, Dr. Bruce Lipton, describes the beliefs that we take on from the collective as belief viruses in his book, The Biology of Belief. I highly recommend that book. If you guys are old enough to remember Y2K, that's a good example of a belief virus. Everybody got so worked up about the potential of something happening, and it created a lot of kind of panic, and people were, my mom, for example, literally bought these huge, like 50-gallon drums of water and food stores like that she had in her garage. She bought gold because she thought literally like the world was going to end because of everything that people were saying about the computers going down. If you guys are old enough to remember that, that was 19 years ago now, but that's kind of the thing that stands out in my mind when I think about belief viruses. So when using the processes that I teach in my certification Sacred Soul Alignment, these beliefs are cleared on all of these levels. They're cleared from our current lifetime experiences, the beliefs that were formed, many of which were formed before we're even 6 or 7 years old. The beliefs that we have literally inherited in our DNA, which science has proven that we inherit beliefs, emotions, patterns in our DNA the same way that we inherit the color of our eyes, the color of our hair. It's pretty incredible what we actually inherit from our parents and on down, the ancestral line. This work works on and clears beliefs that we've brought forward from previous lifetimes or other timelines, and even beliefs that we've taken on from the collective. So just to talk a minute about those beliefs that we inherit in our DNA. When we do this work for ourselves on a belief that we have inherited in our DNA, this work is also dissolving those belief structures from the DNA of our family who carry those beliefs. Meaning that by doing this work for yourself, you're actually helping your parents, your siblings, your children or future children or grandchildren or future grandchildren. So it's a pretty incredible tool to have in your life. And we're also working on the collective level, because when we're clearing things for ourselves that we have taken on from the collective, it literally does clear from the collective. So we're raising the vibration of not only ourselves, but the entire planet when we do this work for ourselves. One of my all-time favorite quotes is by Carl Jung. And that quote is, "Until the unconscious becomes conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate." So our lives are being run by our unconscious beliefs. And until we bring awareness and take the steps to change them, that's going to continue happening. And we're just going to think it's fate or it's bad luck or that's just how life is. But the truth is, we have the power to make those changes. And we have the power to actually run and direct our lives in the way that we want our lives to be showing up for us. We have the power to change that. So let's do that right now. That's what we're going to be doing today. I have a lot of beliefs for you that I'm going to be clearing and dissolving. And then after we do that work to clear the beliefs, I'm going to be actually doing some downloads. So downloads are basically installing new positive beliefs into your subconscious. And again, like I talked about yesterday, we all have 100% free will. you have the free will to accept this work or not. Your higher self can even, if you consciously are saying, yes, I want that, but maybe for whatever reason, it might not be in your highest good. You have the free will to accept or reject any spiritual healing that is done, not just by me, but anyone. So just keep that in mind as we go along. You have the power and the free will to accept whatever it is that you want for yourself. But I'm going to be doing some downloads, so installing new positive belief systems into your subconscious mind. And what this actually literally does is it creates new neural pathways in your brain. So just a really simple example of this is, if you don't know what joy feels like, you may have never experienced true, unadulterated, pure joy. So you don't know what that feels like. So you may not have the ability to go out and seek and find that, because you don't even know how to recognize it, because you don't have the neural pathways in your brain to receive it. So it's actually by downloading what joy feels like, God or Creator's definition of joy, that you are worthy of receiving and experiencing joy, that you know how to, then that creates the neural pathways in your brain, and this is scientifically proven. And then that becomes a much easier time for you to go out and seek and find and experience and receive joy into your life. So we're going to be doing some downloads as well as clearing beliefs. So a big part of what I teach, before I dive into this, I'm going to give you just a little bit of information about how this is working. So a big part of what I teach and I attune my practitioners to in Sacred Soul Alignment is some extensive scripts. So in doing this work for years and years and years, along with my best friend and business partner, Kimberly Carlson, some of you might know her, we've co-created a lot of the scripts that we both use in our modalities and in what we teach together. We've added many layers into these scripts over the years. They've transformed and changed and gotten longer and longer and longer over the years to make them as potent and powerful as possible. So I'll be saying the full script, basically, everything that it encompasses the first time with the first belief or handful of beliefs that I clear. And from then on, I'm going to be using what's called a macro. And if those of you who were listening to the live stream that you joined me yesterday, you heard me using a macro. I talked a little bit about that. So it's basically attuning a few words to the energy of the entire script so that you don't have to say it every time. It's a huge time saver. It gets really redundant having to say, a page of a script to have to clear a belief. So we created these macros. And in the certification program, I attune people to the macro so that they can also just use those few words to do this very, very powerful work. So as a practitioner, you would be attuned to all of the macros for all of the scripts, and there's many of them that I use that are part of Sacred Soul Alignment and part of some of the work that Kim and I do together. So we're going to dive into this healing now, and I'm going to look just really quick at the comments before we dive in. Good. Monkey brain, yes. Okay, so I'm going to come back after we're done here, and I will look at all of your guys' comments like I did yesterday. But let's go ahead and dive into the healing. So just as a reminder, by listening to this healing, by being here on this live stream, you're giving me permission to connect to your higher self for the purpose of sending you the healing. So if you'd like to really stamp that permission in, you can type yes in the comments, or you can just mentally agree. And just as a reminder, not to be driving while you're listening to this healing. Several people actually commented yesterday that they fell asleep. This is really common. And what's happening most of the time in that case, what's happening is your conscious mind is sliding out of the way for the healing to go deeper into your unconscious mind, because that's where we're doing this work, is in our unconscious mind. So when you fall asleep with healing like this, that's most of the time that's what's happening. So you don't want to be driving in case that happens to you, because we never really know how energy is going to affect us. Even if you've done a lot of energy work before, something could be really deep for you and your unconscious mind really needs to grab it. So your conscious mind kind of will slide out of the way. So don't be driving while you're listening to this. And you also are going to want to be drinking a lot of water. So some people yesterday were talking about slight headaches. That's common because energy is moving. And the more hydrated you are, the easier energy can move through your body and you can get the release of what's happening with the healing. So I'm going to just invite you to get comfortable. You might want to just sit down somewhere comfortable or lay down. You can close your eyes. I like to close my eyes when I'm receiving healing. You don't have to close your eyes, but it will give you a good experience if you do. You're going to go into a meditative state, which you won't necessarily go into if you're not relaxed with your eyes closed. So I'm going to walk you up into what I refer to as the heart of creation, which is basically pure source energy, and we're going to also ground down into Gaia. Gaia is the term for the fifth dimensional earth, so we're accessing a higher frequency when we consciously ground into Gaia. All right, so go ahead and close your eyes and take a deep breath, centering yourself in your heart, just dropping down into your heart space. Going deep into the sacred space of your heart. Good. And taking some long, slow, deep breaths. Imagining that you can breathe in and out of your heart. Good. Calling back all of your awareness, all parts and aspects of you. And beginning to notice that all around you are particles of light, sparks of light. This is divine source energy. This is part of who you are. Begin to breathe this light into your body, allowing it to fill every cell and molecule, gathering in the center of your heart, forming a beautiful ball of light in your heart. And from this ball of light in your heart, allowing a pillar of light to form, sending this pillar of light down through your body, down your legs, out the bottoms of your feet, going down into the earth, dropping deep, deep, deep down into the earth, all the way into the heart chakra of Gaia. Anchoring your pillar of light here into the heart of Gaia. And just feeling for a moment that heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia. Good. Just see, feel, or imagine that warm golden light in the heart of Gaia, and begin to pull that light up through your pillar of light, coming up, up, up through the earth, and coming into your earth star chakra. This is a chakra about 12 inches below your feet. So just imagining that chakra below your feet, allowing that beautiful golden light to fill your earth star chakra, bringing that light up into your feet, up your legs, up into your root chakra. And as this light travels up through your chakra system, allowing it to cleanse and purify each chakra. And if you're not sure where these chakras are, that's okay, because your higher self knows. So bringing that light up into your root chakra, cleansing and purifying your root chakra, up into your sacral chakra. Good, into your navel chakra, your solar plexus, up into your heart, and feeling your heart expand with this beautiful golden light. From your heart, sending a beam of light up, and pulling that beautiful golden light up into your high heart, into your throat chakra, into your third eye, into your crown. Pulling this light up into your soul star chakra, which is about 12 inches above your head. And from your soul star, sending that beam of light up, 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 going up and connecting in with your higher self, calling forward your I am, your divine creator self, connecting to the highest aspect of you that you can access in this moment, anchoring that beam of light into the heart of your higher self. Good. Continue traveling up and out through this beam of light, past the universe, until you enter into the beautiful, pure light of the heart of creation. This is the energy of all that is. This is pure source energy. Anchoring your beam of light here, feeling that heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Creator, the heart of Source. Begin drawing that beautiful light down through your beam of light, coming all the way down into your soul star chakra, into your crown, into your third eye, your throat, your high heart, and into your heart. When this beautiful source energy reaches your heart, seeing and feeling this energy merge with the beautiful golden light from the heart of Gaia and the beautiful love and compassion from your own heart, allowing this light to expand, filling every cell and molecule of your body, allowing this light to expand beyond your physical body, 12 feet out in all directions, forming a beautiful ball of light that you are in the center of. Witnessing a space in the earth opening up for this ball of light to drop down, dropping all the way down into the heart of Gaia, anchoring yourself in here, and creating this beautiful sacred space for us to work in today, feeling the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the hearts of everyone joining, whether you're joining live or joining with the replay. Calling forward any guides, masters, or angels wishing to join us for this healing now. Okay, so beautiful. So this is actually a process that I teach my practitioners in the certification program, and this is actually a process that you could use for yourself daily to really get yourself grounded and connected. So you can come back and watch just that portion to really learn how to do that process and really get yourself grounded and protected. This actually also creates a really sacred space to do any form of healing work in. So this is what I teach my practitioners to do in the certification class. So we're going to work on some beliefs now. Now, the beliefs that we're going to work on today are really related to opening up more, unlocking more of the intuitive or psychic gifts and abilities that you were born with, and really amplifying and unlocking the healing abilities that you were born with, that we're all born with. We're all born with these abilities. So we're going to be working on some beliefs that can sometimes keep those locked up or covered up because of different experiences that we've had, different belief systems that we're carrying. Okay, I'm just going to check on the comments here really quick. Beautiful. I know my cat is has decided to join us today. I felt her crawling behind me, and she's meowing at something. So you'll notice, some of you might notice at home that if you have animals, they might come around you when you're listening to healing work because they like to receive this healing. And I'm not sure what she's meowing about, but okay. So I'm going to do a couple of beliefs at a time. And like I said, the first time around, I'm going to go ahead and say the full script, the full statement, so that you guys can kind of know what you're receiving. And then from there on out, I'm going to be saying just the macro, which the macro is what you would get attuned to if you were a practitioner of Sacred Soul Alignment. Okay, so let's start with, it's not safe to be seen. So many healers have this belief. It's not safe to be seen. If I am seen, I will be killed, tortured, tormented, or imprisoned. Okay, we're going to clear that. We're going to also clear the belief being a healer or doing this work is a lonely path. I must do this work alone. There is no support for me. And I'm going to include one more in this section. I must walk this path in poverty, in struggle, in sacrifice, in pain, in illness. So that in a nutshell is so much of what so many people who are healers or who are on the spiritual path, we are carrying these beliefs. Just clearing up these 3 beliefs can be completely transformational. So let's start with that. So, all right, so these beliefs that I've just mentioned, so we're going to pull any time that we've ever lived this way, felt this way, or believed this way in this lifetime or any other lifetime or timeline across all time, all directions of time, in between time, from all timelines, dimensions, and realities. We're going to clear this from the DNA and ancestry, resolving all oath, vows, agreements, or contracts to live this way, believe this way, or feel this way. We're going to pull all curses to live this way or believe this way or feel this way, marking all lessons downloaded and complete now, pulling all trapped emotions surrounding these beliefs or experiences from all lifetimes and timelines and from the DNA. Pull, cancel, delete from all levels, resolving on all levels, rewiring the brain, the heart, the DNA, the cells, the cellular memory, the nervous system, the chakras, and the energy bodies, and the Akashic records with Creator's unconditional love in a way that is in every individual's highest and best good and the highest and best good of all humanity, easily and with love and joy, using the sacred amulet in divine love and light. Creator, change it. Whew, good. Okay, so just in case you weren't on the live stream yesterday, you're going to see me taking deep breaths and yawning. This is me transferring the healing with a breath. This is something else that you would get attuned to actually in the certification program, and we all use our breath to release. That's what sighing is about. That's what yawning is about. I talked a little bit about this yesterday, but I have an attunement that I give in the program that really helps to amplify that and to really use our breath with intention to do healing. And what begins to happen is sometimes we don't even have to have any kind of awareness, and the breath will just come on spontaneously, and we're clearing something by just thinking about it, or just walking into a room and being able to clear the energy with the breath. It's very, very powerful. So that's what's happening when you see me taking that breath. It's also a way to measure what's being cleared. If I can't take a full breath, I know there's more to look at there. So it's a really very powerful and useful tool. Okay, so let's clear the beliefs. I don't belong here. How many of you feel like that? I don't belong here. I know I have spent most of my life feeling like I don't belong. I don't belong wherever I am. Let's clear the belief it's not safe to be in my body or on this planet. Let's clear the belief I am a victim. So having that belief, running those loops and patterns of being a victim is a very stressful way to live. Let's also include in this, I must carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I am responsible to heal, save, and help the world. Okay, so let's clear all of that. Going back to the beginning of time, clearing this through all lifetimes and timelines and in between time on all levels and layers. Divine love and light, creator, change it. Good, I'm feeling a lot of energy really moving here. So let me know how you're feeling. Okay, so let's also clear the belief, it is not safe for me to see, to know, to hear, to trust my intuition or my inner knowing. It's not safe. So we can take on this belief for many, many, many different reasons. We're going to clear all of that. We're going to clear the shock and trauma from trusting our intuition and getting hurt, from making choices that created pain or destruction, or from seeing what we didn't want to see. So let's also clear the belief, this is some religious programming, everyone is born a sinner. We cannot trust our heart. We cannot trust our intuition. Let's clear the belief, I am separate from God. I cannot speak to God directly. I'm unworthy to communicate with God, with angels, with guides, or masters. Okay, so let's clear all of that, going back to the beginning of time, clearing this on all layers and levels, including the DNA and ancestry, marking all lessons downloaded and complete. In divine love and light, creator, change it. Whew. Good, okay. This is another one I feel a lot of you are going to resonate with. I know I've spent the majority of my life feeling this way. I don't feel this way anymore. And that is, no one understands me. I am too different. I am too sensitive. Let's clear the belief, my abilities are a curse, a burden. How many of you guys feel that way? I've seen a lot of comments over the last couple days from some of my posts that people have feel that way. And it can feel that way until we clean this stuff up and learn how to live from our own sovereignty. Our abilities can feel like a curse. So let's clear that. Let's clear the belief, I cannot discern beings of 100% pure light. I cannot recognize trickster energy. I cannot trust my own knowing or discernment. And including in that shock and trauma from times when we've have been tricked. Okay, so let's clean all of that stuff up. Going back to the beginning of time, clearing this through all lifetimes and timelines, all curses, hexes, clearing this from the DNA and ancestry from all levels, marking all lessons downloaded and complete. In divine love and light, creator, change it. All right, good. Okay, so how many of you guys have felt like this? Everyone else has abilities but me. I'm unworthy of doing healing work. I'm not holy enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not pure enough. I'm not special enough. I haven't worked through enough of my own stuff to be able to do this work. I am unworthy, undeserving of receiving healing. I am unworthy and undeserving of receiving support from God, from the universe, from my guides, from my higher self. And let's clear anywhere that we are punishing ourselves or others by not receiving healing, by remaining a victim. All right, so let's clean up all of that stuff. In divine love and light, creator, change it. Good. Okay, this is a lot. I'm just going to take a look at you guys here. Okay, lots of comments. Good. Keep the comments coming. Yes, this is being recorded. Good. So I'm seeing a comment. I'm a failure. That's a good belief. Let's include that one. I am a failure. So cleaning that belief up. Anywhere that we've felt like a failure as a human, as a person, as a mother, as a partner, as a father. So cleaning up all of that now. Divine love and light, creator, change it. Good. Okay, so let's clean up also shock and trauma from lifetimes as a healer. Let's clean up anywhere that healing work, doing this work, using our intuition, using our abilities is wrong or bad, or that only God or priests or doctors are allowed to do healing work. Let's clean up any shock and trauma around people around us, loved ones around us, clients if you're a healer, actually not healing, or ourselves not healing. Anywhere that we've lost a parent, lost a child, lost a loved one, and we're carrying that shock and trauma. And let's also include in this, life is hard. Pleasure, joy, and happiness is wrong. It's a sin. Let's clear the belief suffering gets you close to God. Suffering will get you into heaven. That the only way to get close to God, the only way to get to heaven is through suffering. All right, so let's clean all of that up, going back to the beginning of time. Good, clearing up all of those oath, vows, and contracts. Clearing this on all levels in divine love and light. Creator, change it. All right, good. Let's also clear the belief. It is wrong to ask for too much, or it's even wrong to ask for anything. Let's clear the belief that God is a punishing God, a vengeful God, a selfish God. God hates me. God is punishing me. Anywhere that we're carrying the quote-unquote sins of the Father, that's religious programming again. All of this is. Let's also include in this giving all of us creators definition, perspective, and understanding of source, of creator, of God. All right, so let's clean all of that up and downloading that new perspective in divine love and light. Creator, change it. Good. All right, let's clear the belief I am unworthy of doing this work, of shining my light in the world. Let's clear the belief I have to take on the suffering, the beliefs, and the emotions of others in order to help them heal, to save them or to punish them or to punish myself. Let's also clear anything that we actually are holding right now. Any energy that we are holding that does not belong to us, let's go ahead and dissolve that, let that go, send that to the light in divine love and light. Creator, change it. Whew, good. A lot of energy is moving here. It's interesting that my cat wants to be so involved in this live stream today. That doesn't usually happen. I don't know what she's up to. Okay, let's also clear the belief. This is a big one. Let's clear the belief that receiving money for doing healing work is wrong. That all service work must be done for free, and that I must sacrifice myself to do this work. Let's also clear the belief that healing work, spiritual work, is sorcery, is the devil's work. More religious programming right there. All right, so let's clean all of that up now, going back to the beginning of time, sending light through all of those timelines. Good, clearing on all levels, including the DNA and ancestry and divine love and light. Creator, change it. Whew, good. Okay, let me know how you guys are feeling. And now what we're going to do, so that's clearing up a lot of those belief structures. And now we're going to actually do some downloads. And I'm going to use that download script the first time, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the macro. So first I just want to check in with you guys here. Good. Lots of comments. Pressure behind my head. So anything that you're feeling in your body, if you're feeling pressure, if you're feeling energy movement, if you might be feeling hot, you might be feeling cold, that's all perfectly normal. That's energy processing. Yes, cats do carry a lot of healing energy. Oh, crying. Yeah, that is releasing. And I'm also seeing expansion only comes through struggle. Let's go ahead and clear that as well. So anywhere that expansion only comes through struggle. In divine love and light, creator, change it. Okay, so let's dive into some of these intention statements. I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm feeling like I want to download the opposite of that expansion belief. So let's download what it feels like to expand in joy, what it feels like to be allowed to expand through love, through pleasure, rather than pain and struggle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the full script here. So we're going to download, install, activate, and run on all 4 levels in the DNA, the cellular memory, in every cell of our body, in every area of our lives, into all of our chakras, magnetic fields, and subtle bodies, throughout all time, space, dimensions, and realities, including Creator's understanding, definition, and perspective of this, and that ours is the same as Creators, as gods. That we are worthy, deserving, safe, and allowed to live this way. So live with being able to expand through joy, through pleasure, through love. That we know what this feels like, that we know how to live our lives this way. Using the sacred amulet, clearing anything in the way of this, doing this in all languages, running these downloads nonstop and at the perfect pace for everyone that is in the way of this. As identified by a creator until the deepest layers and levels where they exist have been cleared, deleted, and transmuted. And each individual has reached the deepest level of harmony, peace, and balance and come into full alignment and perfect embodiment of this. In divine love and light, creator, change it. Good. So if you were paying attention to those words, you also may have noticed that not only are we downloading this new feeling, this new belief, but we're also clearing what's in the way of that. So there's clearing happening in addition to some activating that's also going to be happening. Okay, so let's also download, I know what it feels like to have discernment. I know what it feels like to have integrity. I know what it feels like to be protected. I know what it feels like to be a magnet for abundance through doing this sacred work. All right, so let's download all of that now in the highest and best way. Downloading this into every cell of our body, all of our chakras, all of our magnetic and subtle bodies, magnetic fields and subtle bodies, to every area of our life now in divine love and light. Creator, change it. Good. Let's download, I know what it feels like to be connected to God, to Creator, to Source at all times. I know what it feels like to be living the full expression of my divinity. That's a powerful statement. I'm going to say that again. I know what it feels like to be living the full expression of my divinity now. I know what it feels like to be awake, to be conscious, to be more aware than ever before, and to know the truth of myself in the big picture on all higher levels now. And I'm going to include one more. I know what it feels like to be a perfect, whole, and complete representation of my divinity. All right, so let's download all of that now in divine love and light. Downloading this into all parts and aspects of us, all of our cells, our cellular memory, all of our chakras, our nervous systems, our magnetic fields, all of our subtle bodies, and divine love and light. Creator, anything in the way of that, Creator, change it. Good. Okay, let's also download, I know what it feels like to be in alignment with my divine purpose. I know what it feels like to fully embrace and understand the truth of myself and who I am. I know how to be true to myself at all times, in all situations, and to stand in my truth and my divine power. All right, so downloading all of that now. And anything in the way of that, create or change it. Thank you. Good. I know what it feels like to be protected, and divinely guided. I know what it feels like to be guided and protected by pure, unconditional love. I know how to identify my innate, unique abilities and how to use them to create something special on earth to serve others and my own divine purposes. I know how to navigate higher and higher frequencies with ease and joy. I know how to hold more light in my body. And I know how to live from my heart. So let's download all of this now. Good. Anything in the way of that? Create or change it. Good. Wow, I have quite a few more that I'm going to do for you guys here. So I'm combining quite a lot of work here. So just a reminder again to drink a lot of water because there's a lot of energy moving here right now. So let's download I know what it feels like to be connected to Gaia at all times. I know what it feels like to be free of negative energies, attachments, and entities. I know what it feels like to live with passion. I know what it feels like to reach my highest potential in this life. I know what it feels like to understand my purpose and to take inspired action. All right, so downloading all of this now in divine love and light, and anything in the way of that, create or change it. Good. I know what it feels like to plan and follow through with my plans. I know what it feels like to understand divine timing. I know what it feels like to use my gifts and abilities for the highest and best good. I know what it feels like to have and keep healthy boundaries. I know what it feels like to say no in a healthy way, and let's also include to hear no. I know what it feels like to hear and accept no. All right, so let's download all of this in divine love and light. Anything in the way of that, create or change it. Good. Okay, I'm gonna look at your guys' comments here. Wow, okay, well, that's good. That feeling, that home feeling, yes, Mimi. Feeling extreme clear empathy, not sure what to do with the information I'm receiving. Yes, so that's something I do teach and talk a little bit about, learning how to really use our abilities. I have a few different classes that I teach more about that in. Yawning a lot, yeah. So Shelly, you could just be in that, you're yawning a lot more than usual today. You know, there could be a lot of some unconscious things that is in your field that are clearing. Good, I'm glad you made it, Connie. Shauna, I love it. Healing coming from your hands. Good. So what's beautiful about this work is, you know, I'm doing a lot of, you know, belief clearing, intention statement downloads, but this work is infinite. So when you have these tools, whenever you have a thought, oh, I want to feel this way, or oh, I'm catching myself in a belief, you can instantly clear it for yourself when you have the tools to work with. So like some of you guys are naming things. I'm not catching all of the comments, but I've caught a couple of them and included that in the work that I'm doing here. But when you have these tools to work with on your own, You can do healing for yourself as you're driving down the road, as you're in the shower, just on the fly. Just whatever comes up for you, you can clear it instantly or download it instantly. Same with running the alignments, which I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Okay, so let's get to the rest of what I have here. Okay, so I know what it feels like to let go of old trauma. I know what it feels like to know that I'm always safe, cared for, and protected. I know what it feels like to take care of myself. I know what it feels like to be my highest and best self. What it feels like to live without holding on to anger. I know what it feels like to live without creating problems in my life. So let's clear all of that up now in Divine Love and Light. Creator, change it. Good. I know what it feels like to live without suffering. So, many people don't even know what that feels like because they've never had that experience. So if we don't know what something feels like, it's really, really hard, if not impossible, to actually create that reality in our life. So this is where, I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent here, but this is coming in to talk about, this is where law of attraction can get really sticky and muddy, in my opinion, because, if we're focusing on what it is, the desired feeling that we want to feel. So say we want to feel joy, right? And we're using law of attraction, thinking affirmations and whatnot to, create this joy experience for ourselves. And we're, being really super rigid with our thoughts and writing these, affirmations down and saying these affirmations to ourselves all day long. But we have this unconscious programming that we don't know what joy feels like, that we've never had that experience. That life is painful, life is struggle, life is suffering. All of the stuff that's the opposite of joy is literally going to be like walking through cement to try to get to that experience until we clean this stuff up. So this belief work, these downloads, these clearing these beliefs can transform our lives so much faster. So much faster. And then we can actually use those law of attraction principles to actually really go forward and create what we're desiring, because we've released the programming that's in the way of having those desired experiences. So I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole there, but that was coming in to talk about. I'm not sure if that's really resonant, if that was for one person or for everybody who's on here, but that somebody needed to hear that message. All right, so let's also clear or download. I know what it feels like to know I'm always safe, cared for, and protected. I know what it feels like to take care of myself, what it feels like to be my highest and best self. I know what it feels like to live without holding on to anger, to live without creating problems in my life, what it feels like to live without suffering, without struggle, without punishing myself and others, to live without being deprived. I know what it feels like to live without being a martyr, and to live without anxiety. All right, that's a lot. Let's let's download all of that. Download all of those things that I just said. I'm going into our brain, our heart, our nervous system, our cells, our cellular memory, all of our chakras, all of our magnetic fields, our subtle bodies, and divine love and light. Anything in the way of that, Creator, change it. All right, good. Let's download I know what hope feels like. I have just a handful more, and then we're going to ground all of this down. I know what it feels like to know my heart, to know my desires. I know what it feels like to be healed, to accept a healing and to keep it without giving any of it away. I know what it feels like to be perfectly healthy and pain-free. I know what it feels like to be at home in my body, in my family, and on this planet. I know how to stay in my body. I know how to love and accept my body. I know how to cherish my body. I know how to be completely healthy on all levels, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I know what it feels like to love myself. I know what it feels like to be trustworthy and to be trusted. And I know what it feels like to be loved unconditionally. So let's download all of that now, and anything in the way of that, downloading, changing that. So downloading this into our cells, our cellular memory, our brains, our hearts, our nervous system, all of our chakras, our subtle bodies, our energetic and magnetic fields, in divine love and light, creator, change it. Good. Okay, so we're going to ground all of this down into your Earth Star chakra. Grounding all of this down into the heart of Gaia and into the fifth dimensional grid system of Gaia. Good. And just closing and dissolving this sacred space, disconnecting from everyone's higher self now. Okay. Awesome. So let me just look and see how everybody's doing. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Looks like a few more people hopped on at the end there, so you can come back and watch the replay. This is work that is really beneficial to do multiple times. So what's cleared is cleared, but we can carry these beliefs in layers, like layers of an onion. So if you are feeling led to come back and listen to the healing portion of these live streams again, please utilize that, because you'll get more healing when you listen again. So I'm thinking about some questions that I had yesterday, so I can kind of address things that people have said. So headaches are normal, you know, having that pressure in your third eye, it's releasing, it's opening up your third eye if you're feeling that, or in your crown. Feeling sleepy is normal. Like I said at the beginning, most of the time, it's your conscious mind sliding out of the way for the healing to go deeper into your subconscious or your unconscious mind. Good. So somebody's sacral chakra was hurting. So you were probably clearing a lot of trauma that was in your sacral chakra. Your hands are vibrating. That's awesome. Lightheaded and buzzing. So if you're feeling lightheaded or grounded or unfocused at all, just consciously tuning into that connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia to really ground yourself down. Drinking a lot of water. I talked yesterday about taking some magnesium or taking an Epsom salt bath. That could be supportive when you're processing this healing. You're welcome. Tracy, you passed out again. So just allowing that healing to go deeper. And if you did fall asleep or kind of zone out, that's an indication that this work that I did today is really powerful for you. So you would really benefit from receiving it a few times. So listening to the recording a few times. This will be up in the group. It will stay here. You can bookmark the permalink. If you click on the timestamp, like right now it says 58 minutes ago. If you were to click on the time that it says that this live stream occurred, that window that opens up, the web address there is called a permalink. If you copy and paste that or bookmark that, it's an easy way to get back to this live stream, or you can look through the video section and you'll find that there. How often it needs to be done is really individualized. I would go with what you feel. If you're feeling really called to do it, come and listen to it. Or if you're feeling really resistant to it, either one of those things can be an indication. You can listen to this, every day for a while. I wouldn't listen to all of the live streams every day because that's going to be a lot. Choose one to kind of come back and replay. Feeling really warm. Yes, good. And I'm going to look through these comments. I'll answer your questions if I didn't get to them live here. Tomorrow is going to be really, really special. Tomorrow, so we've done a lot of clearing work here. We brought in some new belief systems, some new feelings. But tomorrow I'm going to be doing some sacred soul alignments. So sacred soul alignments are what the modality is named for. It's kind of what people know it for, even though there's a lot more involved, as you guys are experiencing, and there's more involved than you guys are going to even be experiencing with all of these live streams. But the alignments are very, very powerful energies that literally will come in and unlock and activate things within you. That also will clear a lot. So you're going to want to be here tomorrow because it's going to be extremely powerful. And I'm really looking forward to leading you guys through that healing process, and that it's going to be a lot of activating actually tomorrow. So we've done a lot of healing. Tomorrow we get to do the activating. So please join me for that. It's going to be at the same time. Tomorrow at 2 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Central time, 5 o'clock Eastern. If you're in Europe, that's 10 p.m. for you guys. So I'm hearing a couple of people say I have a lot of blocks. So, being able to do this work for yourself is invaluable. Whether or not you want to do healing work, as a profession in the world, having these tools for yourself is actually the biggest thing that you can do to actually change the world, is to do this work on yourself. Because this is another thing I wasn't planning on really talking about. I'll probably talk about this more tomorrow. But when we raise our vibration, I'm going to wait and talk about this tomorrow so I can actually give some statistics. But when we raise our vibration, we're actually raising the vibration of the people around us. And the higher we can raise our vibration, the more people we are actually able to raise up with us. So honestly and truly, the best thing that we can do for the world is to work on ourselves. So having the tools and equipping yourself with the tools to do this work for yourself is not only transformational for your own life, but it's transformational for humanity. It truly is. So you guys are doing that by being here. You're welcome. Oh, Lee, thank you. I do not think that I've been this excited about anything in a really long time. I've been crying out for all my life. Religion was my biggest brand of thinking, and I have been set free. It took me being ready right here, right now. Thank you so much. That is why I do this work. That is why I do these free healings. That's my purpose for doing this work. So thank you so much for that comment. That made my whole entire day. Thank you. And I'm going to be coming back and looking through all of everybody's comments. Just know that I will read each of your comments individually. And thank you so much for being here with me. And I cannot wait to do this again with you guys tomorrow. So have a great rest of your Tuesday, everybody. And bye for now.